Of course, he's an underdog against Makhachev, but I truly believe he have a really good skills.
He will come in ready and prepped and ready to absolutely demolish Ian Garry if he doesn't bring his A game and a stellar game plan. The game plan, as I said, will be stick and move.
Ian Garry believes he's going to beat Islam Makhachev. Now, I have a feeling right off the bat, well, of course he does. Every fighter believes they're going to win. No, they don't. That is a myth.
With UFC 330 rapidly approaching, the fighters reveal their last predictions for the showdown between Makhachev and Garry. Beginning with Carlos Prade's personal breakdown, he believes Garry possesses the skills needed to stay competitive in this battle. Still, he wastes no time admitting exactly how dangerous the task becomes once someone steps inside with Makhachev.
Of course, he's an underdog against Makhachev, but I truly believe he have a really good skills to beat Makhachev, you know. Of course, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a hard fight. I think if he would the guy like kind of guy like knock people out a little bit more, he hurt a little bit more, would be like less hard to beat to him beat Makhachev, you know. He do a lot of points. He don't hurt people, you know. But I think he have a chance, really good chance, like real chance, you know.
Adding even more tension to the matchup, Michael Bisping recognizes Makhachev as the reigning pound-for-pound king and the clear betting favorite, yet he challenges the belief that this contest will be straightforward, insisting it has every chance to become a much tougher battle than nearly everyone is expecting.
I'm telling you right now, this fight for Islam Makhachev may be a lot harder than what people think. Given all of the accolades that Islam Makhachev has, it's easy to just dismiss Ian Garry and say, listen, he's got to just run right through him. Okay, you could send him to Dagestan or Georgia for 20 years and still forget all about it.
Send him 2-3 years Dagestan and forget.
Okay, because Islam Makhachev is the GOAT. He's going to take him down. The man's Irish. They don't wrestle in Ireland, for crying out loud. Well, guess what? He's a well-rounded mixed martial artist. He's 17-1. He had a very, very close fight with Shavkat Rakhmonov. Ended the fight threatening the rear naked.
Making his own prediction, MMA guru admits Makhachev appears almost unstoppable and every bit a future GOAT contender, yet he surprisingly sides with underdog Ian Garry instead. He believes a bigger pattern has quietly been unfolding across the sport in recent years, and that shifting momentum is exactly why he's willing to back against the overwhelming favorite this time.
By him being against the odds, because we know Islam Makhachev's going to be a favorite here. Maybe, just maybe, the boys and co do it again. Okay? Hear me out. Strickland pulled it off against Chimaev. Gaethje just pulled off the impossible against Ilia Topuria. And you're telling me that I shouldn't pick Ian Machado Garry to defeat Islam Makhachev in the main event and school him over 5 rounds? Come on! This is how it works, right? This is just the way things go, folks. I don't make the rules of MMA. I really don't. But there's an underdog there. And his name's Ian Machado Garry.
Expanding on that belief, MMA guru views the matchup through a much bigger lens, arguing that Garry has a chance to rewrite history for Ireland against Dagestani by erasing the memory of Khabib's victory over McGregor, this time with Garry defeating Makhachev. That deeper narrative appears to be a major reason he continues backing the underdog heading into this highly anticipated clash.
Islam Makhachev's on this GOAT horizon, and man, if he wins this one, we may have to have some uncomfortable conversations about the GOAT list. We've heard it all before. He's in a caucus. He can't be beaten, even though this one's been beaten before. I've seen this guy flatline KO'd, okay? And I'm not supposed to pick Ian Machado Garry here. I'm picking Ian Garry! Ugh. I never thought I'd say those words. But god damn it, I'm picking Ian Garry. And I'm picking Ian Garry to win the world championship, dude. It's McGregor versus Khabib. Part 2, Dagestan versus Ireland. A matchup of the ages. They're running it back. This is a very interesting matchup, though, to be honest with you. Islam Makhachev went out there against JDM, held him down for 5 rounds. Now, very impressive to do.
Speaking with complete conviction, Garry makes it clear he fully expects to defeat Makhachev, delivering the fearless prediction without showing even the slightest trace of uncertainty or hesitation. It's exactly the kind of declaration destined to ignite endless debate because of the contrast in their styles and levels of experience. Even so, Garry refuses to back away, willingly placing his reputation on the line.
In an ideal world, I make it look easy. And I don't mean make it look easy and as in it's a walk in the park. I'm well aware of his talents, I'm well aware of his skill set, and I respect. I actually love and respect him and his fighting and what he's done. However, I want this challenge. I want it to be him that I beat to prove I'm the best in the world. Because then there's no doubt, it's undeniable that I'm the greatest. When he grabs a hold of me, I'll have answers to his questions. I'll have answers to his problems. And that will rattle him. And when that rattles and he tries again and he fails and he tries again and he fails and I'm just punching the face off him every second in between, I do believe I'm going to be able to break him.
Furthermore, Bisping explains why Garry presents a genuine threat on paper, pointing to his reach, sharp distance control, polished boxing, and quick footwork as serious advantages for this contest. He believes that if Garry can strike, circle away, keep the action standing, and use his range to dictate the tempo, Makhachev could face unexpected trouble during the exchanges. In Bisping's view, Garry's clearest route to a shocking upset begins and ends with his stand-up skills.
Say he's on a run. The record of Islam Makhachev is 28 wins and 1 loss with 18 stoppages. And of course, if he can get a hold of Ian Garry and take him down, yeah, it's probably going to be easy. Ian will struggle to get back to his feet, and I don't think he can match Islam in terms of jiu-jitsu or submission grappling, okay? But it's the style that Ian Garry has. It is the length and the reach that he has, and it is his ability to silence out the crowd and not give a damn if you people are booing, and a stellar game plan. The game plan, as I said, will be stick and move. And that might sound boring, but it could get the job done.
Digging into the technical details, Joe Rogan and Dustin Poirier uncover a subtle but dangerous twist within Makhachev's arsenal. They describe a modified Das choke where, rather than gripping his own bicep like the conventional technique, he secures his own forearm before crushing his opponent tightly against his chest. Poirier explains that this slight alteration rapidly cuts off blood flow, turning the submission into something far more devastating than the traditional version.
You take Charles Oliveira's stats, and then you say his fight with Islam Makhachev, and you say, okay, well, where's the stats? Like it's really dependent upon skill sets, who's your level of competition, who you're competing with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That was a quick submission, though.
Bro.
The stats are 1 submission attempt, 1 submission.
Bro, he's got a crushing squeeze. Well,
It's different, bro.
To that.
It's different. Yeah. He strangled me. And the way he did it, I think Moicano filled in last minute to fight Islam and got caught with the same choke.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a Darce choke, but he locks it on his forearm.
Yeah.
He doesn't go to the bicep.
I know.
And the squeeze is different. He's pulling to his chest. It's not like a angle squeeze. It's different. So the defense is different. When I got my legs out and tried to walk around, he hooked my leg, but like the squeeze.
Looking toward the upcoming clash, Javier Mendez gives his first thoughts on the matchup with Ian Garry, recognizing him as a dangerous, long, and elusive striker whose reach and movement could create difficult moments on the feet. Even so, he remains completely convinced that everything changes the instant the contest reaches the mat, insisting Garry simply has no way of surviving Makhachev's grappling once it gets there. For Mendez, the difference in ground skills alone is enough to decide the result, no matter how the striking battle unfolds.
I feel good about it. He's a well-known guy. He's very highly skilled, and I look forward to the challenge, So, Ian Garry, excuse me, if that's who they pick and that's who Islam wants, no problem. Bring him on the plate. No problem. We'll get ready for Ian Garry. So, but he's good. He's good. I was hoping if he gets anybody, it would be, he wanted Kamaru because he thought that was the toughest stylistic challenge for him. He does well with Islam on the stand-up because he's rangy, he's tricky, all those. But on the ground, he doesn't. He does okay, but he doesn't survive on the ground. I don't think. I mean, well, okay, he might survive 5 rounds, but he won't get the best of Islam on the ground. That I'm 100% sure about that. On the stand-up, he's pretty tricky, so one punch can change everything.
Shifting focus to the welterweight division, Mendez identifies Kamaru Usman as the most difficult stylistic challenge for Makhachev at 170, emphasizing his elite wrestling background and championship experience as the qualities that make him the division's greatest danger. He believes that rare blend of proven pedigree and high-level grappling intelligence represents exactly the type of opponent capable of causing Makhachev the toughest test if that fight ever becomes reality.
It's like a heavyweight, right, in that welterweight division.
I think Kamaru is the toughest stylistically for us because he's got great wrestling and experience, and he has good striking also. And I think he stylistically is the toughest. And that doesn't mean that Kamaru beats all the other guys. I'm just saying for us, he stylistically is the toughest. But Ian Garry, he's good, man. We can't sleep on him. Cannot sleep on him. He's very, very good. You know, any one of those guys, you know, Pratis too. I was very impressed with his last fight. Super impressed. So watch out for him too, because you think you're winning, all of a sudden that good, straight, beautiful right cross hits you and out you go. So that guy.
Shifting to the heated trash talk surrounding this matchup, many have drawn comparisons to the legendary rivalry between McGregor and Khabib. Makhachev quickly rejected those claims, brushing them aside as nothing more than a watered-down imitation of that unforgettable feud. However, the Banhill brothers strongly disagree with that view, choosing instead to see this fight as the latest chapter in the ongoing battle between Ireland and Dagestani. They even take it further, describing it as the biggest showdown the sport has witnessed since McGregor faced Holloway.
So funny, Islam Makhachev was asked, and Ariel actually asked Ian kind of about, Islam said basically, this fight, because I guess it was an interview that happened in Russian and it was translated to English, but he was asked, is this the next rendition, in your opinion, of Conor versus Khabib? You know, there's a lot of comparison drawn. Obviously, Islam is Khabib's direct pupil, and as far as Conor and Ian Garry are concerned, they're fellow countrymen, they're both Irish, and Islam said, no, this is the AliExpress version of Khabib versus Conor. Now, for those of us in the United States, we would tend to use the reference of Wish. We would say this is the Wish Conor versus Khabib,
or Temu.
Exactly.
But the
Temu.
Alibaba.
Building on the current pound-for-pound picture, the Banhill brothers recognize Makhachev as the undisputed king of the sport entering 2026. Although they continue debating whether Garry truly possesses the stylistic weapons needed to bring him down, their overall conclusion remains doubtful, arguing Garry would have to perform perfectly across the entire 25 minutes to stand any genuine chance of scoring the upset. Against a champion of Makhachev's level, where almost no mistakes go unpunished, that demanding standard only highlights how enormous the challenge awaiting Garry truly is.